All right, FSD just backed us out of our driveway. We're headed to Milliebush Dog Park. Oh, jeez, hair is everywhere. We're headed to Milliebush Dog Park, and yeah, it's the afternoon this time. I think what the time is? A little after 5 p.m. December 30th. Milliebush is closer to Westheimer. I just wanted to get an evening drive in. I think tomorrow or New Year's Eve, or tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Sometime between now and the New Year, I want to get a trip into Bush Intercontinental Airport just to take a look. I mean, it's a beautiful day out here in Southeast Texas. Didn't really want to let it get away from me, so Chewbacca, my co-pilot, he's out here. I'm pretty sure he's excited to run around. See, we've been getting a lot of rain here in Southeast Texas over the past few days, so it might not be as nice out. So we're gonna give it a shot. So let's got a cyclist over there on the other side of the road that just doesn't sit well with me. I just think that is the most dangerous place to be riding your bike. And if there's somebody over here that's distracted or anything, it's just, I don't know. I'd rather everybody be on FSD. Speaking of which, I think the stock market in general had a nice little slowdown day for Monday. Probably not looking good for what people would deem the Santa Claus rally. So we'll see how that bodes well for 2025. I'm not too terribly concerned because I know Tesla is going to be just fine. That's Tesla, the company, mind you. I don't know what TSLA is going to do from now and tomorrow, next week, next month, or even next year, but I know the company is on a fast track to doing something that no other company has ever done before, and that's generalized autonomy for vehicles. And that's why we're here. We're here to gauge it in our AI student driver FSD supervised 13.2.2.1 and our 2025 Model 3 AI 4 car, obviously. We're at this blinking yellow light. The oncoming traffic is coming hot and heavy. I mean, it's that time of day where individuals are coming off work. We now have the green light, and we shall proceed. Fireworks stands are opening. Chewbacca, unfortunately, just does not like the boom booms, ladies and gents. That's we typically would go out, but over the past few years, we know that it's quite a bit on Chewbacca's nervous system, so we'd rather not put him through that. I mean, there's gonna be fireworks. They're not supposed to light them off in this area, but they're gonna do it anyway. But at least Chewbacca's at his house. You know, he can enjoy that for the most part. Yeah, I really ain't got a whole lot. I just love seeing what FSD can and can't do. We got constant construction going on in our neck of the woods. How it reacts to this ever-changing environment is always going to be new to me and exciting. So we'll see how we handle on the highway. We're in standard mode. I think that's my go-to unless I'm late for something. But standard, like right now, we're going about 4 or 5 miles over the speed limit. This vehicle just pulled out in front of us with making a narrow decision to move forward, and our AI student driver didn't bat an eyelash. Tesla's at the intersection. Yeah, boy. But yeah, it's just it's fascinating watching the Tesla growth story. Like, it really didn't see a lot of Teslas back in 2020 here in my neck of the woods of Southeast Texas, and to watch that maturation process from 2020 to now going into 2025, there's a lot. Maybe not as many as I thought there would be, but we're definitely on the path. Let's see. Still have yet to see my first Tesla semi in the wild. That's what I'll be looking for next. Cybertrucks, I would be shocked if I didn't see one on this drive. They seem to be roaming in packs down here. So, but a Tesla semi, I really wish I could see more of those. Who knows? With my increased frequency on the road, I say my odds are getting better, especially as they ramp up Giga Nevada. I'm looking forward to seeing more Tesla semis. Much love to all the people that support the videos there on YouTube. Those that are watching on X, I just do that just to spread the cheer. I think I got a little over, I don't know, 400, maybe 400 verified followers. I think that's where I'm at. And I give those guys preferential treatment, not hiding behind the anonymity of social media. So if a verified person follows me, I definitely will follow them back. And you know, it's not perfect. I'm sure there are some verified bots, but you know, that extra layer, it can't hurt. So yeah, just big props to anybody that's watching the videos, supporting the channel, subscribing, liking the videos, commenting. I don't promote that in these videos, but it is highly appreciated. I figure, you know, especially when I'm doing the I like to look at the news articles that are airing, and just combat that if it's you know, some unnecessary FUD or there's bears on the channel. All right, so we've got a congested light here. I think we're gonna make it, but the light in front of us must be red. I don't know, but our AI student driver is still doing fairly well. Yeah. So in the combination of doing the news analysis videos and the FSD videos, the channel has grown significantly. I didn't expect to be an overnight sensation by any means, but I just wanted to educate anybody as best I can. If Tesla has piqued your fancy, I would recommend my channel, and then maybe graduating to some of these other channels that are, you know, I try not to have a too biased opinion, but don't get it twisted. I'm a bull. I believe the company is going to be the most valuable company in a decade's time. I say it quite frequently, and the bear argument just doesn't sit well. I mean, there's some kernels of truth in their arguments, but that shit don't hold water for me. And even if Tesla has these grand, ambitious goals, you know, that's good. If you're at a pep rally, you want your team to be hyped up and excited. You want everybody that's involved to believe in your success. And it may come a little bit late. I'm not jaded in that front at all. Results will vary, especially when you're trying to do stuff that's never been done before. You know, there's no guarantee of, you know, success, but I'm looking at this track record. I'm experiencing the FSD, doing exactly what I would be doing if I weren't, you know, just supervising. If I were driving, the actions of the vehicle would mirror my own. That's when you know you've got something special. And the fact that this thing doesn't come equipped with LiDAR and radar, it's just doing it based off pure vision and neural nets, and no one else has, even they would consider it impossible, that's A+ in my book. I joined when the pandemic was, kind of prohibiting a lot of vehicle manufacturers from doing what they do, right? The flexibility that Tesla showed, well, we're in some stop and go traffic. I'm not sure, there was, I want to say Lincoln, somebody had mentioned, I think Dallas might have also mentioned that the follow distance and the braking, vehicle not necessarily recognizing how traffic is building up and would stop a little bit later than other people might. I still think it's doing a fairly decent job. I definitely have no fear that it's going to hit something, but there is a little bit of reality to that comfort. We've just experienced it right there, but again, nothing serious, just maybe a mild comfort issue that not understanding that we're at standstill or bumper to bumper traffic on these lanes. Either way, no harm, no foul. We got something in the road here. Our AI student driver has avoided the object in the road by itself. Remind me to clip that. That is amazing. I mean, I wanted to take over, but we're getting to the point, ladies and gentlemen, where taking over will cause more problems than if I just let the vehicle do what it's supposed to do. And I think Dallas had mentioned something earlier today in his space, like, do we think that they're going to roll it out to consumers like myself and JC in Texas when they do unveil and unsupervised? Or is this going to be guarded by Tesla in like a Waymo fleet type situation, just going to be for the employees? It might start off like that, but I'm telling you, if you can give the consumer, myself, like, do I take over in that situation where there's an item in the road? Do I take over or do I let the car handle it? And when you have an unsupervised system, that question is removed. So instead of me doing something potentially hazardous to not only myself, the occupants in the vehicle, and the cars around me, by taking over unnecessarily, the vehicle did exactly what I would have done when that object was presented to us in the middle of the road. It is able to avoid it. We don't get the red hands. The car's like, don't worry, sit back, bro, I got you. And that's what an unsupervised system will do for us. And I don't think Tesla's they're going to be cautious. But if it's ready, we're going to get it. They're not going to, it's a safety issue. Because at this stage of the game with version 13, every time I've taken over, it might have been unnecessary for me to take over, is what I've realized. And I might be causing more harm by taking over than instead of just letting the vehicle do it. Looks like we're headed toward this subdivision to avoid some of this traffic. Cool with that, cool with that. That's why we got Stitching 2.0. I mean, I really don't need a vehicle, but I've got to get out more, ladies and gentlemen. And as the new year approaches, my activity has to increase. And I think being out with the FSD, I need to find some stadiums over here in the Katy area and just run some stadiums on a daily basis, just to get my activity, maybe get back down to a fighting weight, a couple decades ago. It'd be nice to try. Why not? Not trying to be a model or nothing, but health is wealth. Anything, I feel good, but I know I could feel better. And that's what our goal is. Not just for like a New Year's thing, but I kind of want to make sure I see all that Tesla has to offer as much as I possibly can, and I could, easily be a little more athletic, a little more active. So that's what the plan is. I don't really believe in New Year's resolutions. I think that you should always have a goal to get better each and every day, no matter what the task is. And I've kind of lapsed in my in my physical health. So that's the goal. Be 1% better than yesterday. Can't get it all back. I didn't get in this state, all at once. It took some time. So Chewbacca is going to be my co-pilot and personal trainer as we hit most of these dog parks up, and I find a happy median. Should be something we strive for a little bit every day, get better every day. And I got my sights on FSD and my athleticism. So that's a little bit about me. Maybe I should cut down on some of the alcohol content. You just start thinking as you get into that twilight age, things start changing. This old stud just ain't what it used to be. So let's see if we can change that. But it's just so many Teslas out and about. Me likey. And our AI student driver is ridiculous. Not only does it not have any disengagement so far, we navigated around some debris on the road flawlessly, mind you. I just implore everybody to think about it. Like, in 10, 15 years time, your children might not need to get a license, because the way Tesla manufactures this cybercab, it's going to be the most efficient thing that they manufacture. And all we got to do is make sure the software is functional to the point where we know it's safer than a human by an order of magnitude, but efficient when it comes to handling ride hail, right? So the main discrepancy with version 13, because we've added reverse, we've been reversing out of garages all day, maybe utilizing that, so that it parks without auto park needing to be, but when it arrives at particular destinations, it needs to be on point, right? As far as the service goes, your customer satisfaction will determine whether or not people, that and how much it costs, whether or not people continue to use your service. So, like right now we're going to Millie Bush Dog Park, and we're gonna hopefully get a quick lap in before it gets too dark. Maybe we should have went a little earlier, Chewy. I don't think they like us to be there, after dusk. But I have a feeling we're going to be right there. What's destination arrival is about that time. So, we're here for the journey. Right, Chewy? Not the destination. Bet. So yeah. I mean, we haven't gotten Stygian a wash yet, so That might be on the agenda for tomorrow. Make sure we get this thing washed. Especially if Millie Bush Dog Park is as dirty as I expect it to be, as muddy as I expect it to be. This ride is smooth. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if you're familiar with Katy, this is Fry Road. There's like tons of firework places here. This is insane. On every corner there's a fireworks vendor. It's weird. Yeah. Know. This is a lot of smooth start and stops, especially when there's no interference from the other drivers, right? Like, if the vehicle in front of us were to slam on its brake, obviously it'd be a situation, but like in moments like this where the traffic is just building up, you know, this vehicle is going, oh, RAI student driver said, fuck this. But the car pulling up to us on the right prevented us from making that right turn, which is fine. I'd rather it stay in this lane instead of cut that guy off. And our AI student driver is patient, making the maneuver it wanted to do and going with the flow of traffic. Yeah, this is got my spidey sense tingling right here. Gas is hovering around $2.50, $3 for diesel. It's really not a bad spot. You know, HEB's got $2.39 over there for their gas. So gas prices are about as good as I'd expect them to be at this stage of the game. All right, we got a car trying to cut us off here. Could have been potentially dangerous, but nothing that our AI student driver would have been at fault for. We decided to get over here in this other lane. We've got a green light now. I think we're trying to get back over here to the right. So I mean, that's some planning error. So we really didn't have to get over to the left-hand lane. But I mean, or you could just do what the car in front of us just did, which was something super and highly illegal, right? That guy's not on FSD, obviously. You know, just terrible, terrible driving decisions. And while our AI student driver changed lanes to get into a lane where it eventually knew it was going to get out of a lane, it still executed it safely and did not break the law. Like that, unlike that car in that Dodge, I think is what it was. I don't remember. But watching humans do shitty things, for anyone to turn around and blame our AI student driver, especially while I'm supervising, this yellow light could have easily probably pushed through that if we were a bad human driver, but we chose to stop. We're not in a hurry. We make the right decision, or at least our AI student driver makes the right decision. I don't know. It just kind of rubs me the wrong way when people try to point out some ticky-tack faults of our AI student driver who, you know, is not unsupervised, right? This thing is way better than any 15-year-old with a permit. That much is a given. I feel much more confident in this thing, and my wife would say she's more comfortable with it than me in most, if not all, situations of driving now. Version 13 has been a blessing. And I would echo that sentiment. But yeah. You got to get more people in the FSD with the camera on, cataloging their reactions, maybe doing a little bit of back and forth. Chewbacca is an excellent companion, but he's not one for conversation. So maybe getting some people in the driver's seat while I'm just chilling over there in the passenger seat, just making sure that they're experiencing this alien technology. Again, I bring up my nephew because he's just like, holy smokes, how does it know what to do, when to do it? Like it's thinking, man. It's got its own little brain. You know, it's making a decision. It's got more eyes than we do, so it's able to see in all directions, making the appropriate decision, giving the trajectory of every vehicle. What you see on the screen, that's not even what you get. You know, that's an abbreviated version of what this vehicle can see. And he's just like, what? You know? And everything is coming up clear on the visualization. We were in the Model X at the time, and he's just looking at it, and he's just like dumbfounded. And he's like, I can't believe this. So the more people we get exposure to these FSD videos, I mean, videos are one thing, because he watched the videos, but even sitting here, he's like, that's different. He's like, that's different. You know, it just is a whole different feeling. So we're going to try to get more and more people, visiting more people, and getting them to experience our AI student driver and getting their honest opinion. You know, I'm not going to feed them a script. I ain't got time for that shit. But I love to hear their, not only their, you know, their awe. Like, getting their awe is awesome. But their concerns, their general concerns, their questions, right? I, you know, do my best to try to answer some of these questions and alleviate some of these concerns. But there's no better way to do it than to have them actually behind the wheel, witnessing firsthand what FSD is capable of. It's quite amazing. We're going to do more of that. Chewbacca don't need no more convincing. He knows. Dog park? Yes. Get me there, sir. And there'll come a point where I could just, you know, I don't know if I would ever put him in the vehicle and, you know, have him go anywhere on his own. I think that's I've seen that in the Robo-Taxi video, and I was like, that might be a stretch, but you never know. You never know. We'll find out. Get him his car rides daily at that point, huh? I ain't even got to be in the vehicle. It's a nice park right there. It'll be a good place to go jogging. Yeah, I'm on the hunt, trying to find some location. We got the treadmill at the crib, and it'll do well for inclement weather. But I really want to be outside. I need more vitamin D if my not the I need the sunshine vitamin D basically. So just gotta try to get better 1% every day until the lights go out. So that's the goal. We probably should have went to a closer dog park, huh? Hopefully they don't close the gates on us. We get trapped in there. Nobody wants to be trapped. So might have also underestimated the level of traffic that would be going on at this time. Regardless, we will try to at least let you walk leashed, if that's the case. Don't worry, we'll take care of you, buddy. Just like our AI student driver is taking care of me. What else we got? What else we got to talk about? Okay, so we got New Year's coming up, New Year's Eve mañana. I think your China has to work, she's putting in that work. I ain't mad at it. But me, it'd probably be a good opportunity for me to get a trip into might go to Hobby, see what it's like at the Hobby airport. We'd save George Bush for another time, see what we got going on over there. I don't know if I'll take Chewy on these trips. He's not, especially when we got him strapped in, he's not as much of a distraction. I think he's getting a lot better. I might take him with me. We'll see. That kidn't hurt. Alright, looks like we're going to be making a left on Westheimer Parkway here. Beautiful. The indecision that it normally has in moments like this, it seems to be all but gone, like super gone. Doing exactly what I would do in most situations, if not all. And this has been a very comfortable ride to Millie Bush Dog Park. We're gonna get over here in this next lane. The standard setting, it still is it's like an expedite. It's like a very good Uber driver. No serious rush. Like right now we're going over 7 miles an hour, which seems a bit excessive, but when you're thinking about the flow of traffic, it's doing exactly what you would kind of expect it to do. Not slowing down and being a burden to the other drivers on the road. Just keeping up with the decent flow, especially when it knows it's going to be 45 here. It drives like I would, or like any person that is a professional driver. And it's still our AI student driver, but it's graduating pretty quick. Maybe there's some stadiums I could run over there. Check that out a little bit later. I got a basketball court. I need to increase my activity, any way, shape, or form, and that's what we're gonna do. This thing is absolutely smooth. I mean, we got our vehicle to the right being a little sporadic, to say the least. Doing a little jerky movement, like it's busy doing something else. This is what I want to avoid, ladies and gentlemen. The vehicle in this Lexus looks distracted and not driving like it should, like it's the #1 priority. When you're out on the roads, people, driving should be your #1 priority. We gotta reduce these debts, man. We got a car over here. This truck is tailing us pretty terribly. Our AI student driver has decided to get away from him. He did exactly what I would do, right? Just get away from this tail, right? And he's back behind us. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just a cranky, cantankerous but yeah, his brights are on, just all up on our rear end. Just rubs me the wrong way. Unfortunate but true. Student driver is amazing. Got constable to our left. You know, nobody wants to be pulled over. So making sure we're doing the right things when we're supposed to is always good. Imagine removing the human element from driving. I guess that would put a pretty big shock on our patrol teams of the streets. Maybe repurpose that energy properly. Cybertruck didn't make a liar out of me. So every time we see one, it's about as noticeable as the Oscar Mayer Wiener truck, and it's just a badass, you know what I mean? So love seeing the Cybertruck. I can't lie, until the Model X is paid off, there's no way I'm getting the Cybertruck. So we got a few years before that happens, and by then I expect to put tons of miles here on the Model 3. The Model X very well could be our forever car. But we'll see what's in the cards. We have no idea what's going to be in Tesla's lineup 3 years from now, especially if I start buying Cybercads between now. You know, we might make some exceptions. But the Cybertruck is just a whole lot at one time. So, play that by ear. I love that vehicle, though. Since we've got the Model X, my dream car, I mean, can the Model X still be your dream car if you have it? So you gotta place the buck somewhere else. The Cybertruck is now my new dream car. So we'll get that too. We'll get that eventually. All right, so it's getting dark. I think a lot of people are leaving, but we're gonna try to get a quick lap in. We're at Millie Bush now. See if we can get a quick lap in before it gets too dark. And it parks itself. I ain't really mad at that. All right, we'll be right back. Let's get a quick lap in, Chewy. All right, we actually used a little bit of Smart Summon. There were some people out there. I felt the need to stunt. You know what I mean? Show them what we got. Let's see if we can get out of this parking lot. It's proceeding a little slow with caution. A Attention monitoring is currently unavailable. So it might need me to put the hand on the wheel. Oh, it's active. No parking lot shenanigans. We got this unprotected left now. We are at nighttime. Well, dusk even. So we got a quick lap in. Chewbacca was able to oh shit, why aren't we moving? Well, we might be paralyzed here, ladies and gentlemen. So this unprotected left, it should be a go. We should have been went. So let's see what it looks like after this car. Oh, looks like we've figured it out. Didn't need to press the accelerator, so, but I do believe it did miss it. Even though we didn't have to press the accelerator, I think it waited a little too long to make that unprotected left turn. But we moved. No harm, no foul. But yeah, did a little actual smart summon. Didn't bring the other camera, which I'm feeling kind of bad about now. It's now darker than you know. We kind of we didn't want to stay too much longer. It was getting kind of dark. But Chewbacca did his business. We got a lap in, and we made it do what it do. So, but now our AI student driver is back at it. You know, with a little actual smart summon, picking us up. Making it look effortless, putting Chewbacca in the passenger seat. You know, people just looking. So, you know, it's always good to do. So now the real thing is making sure people are safe. You know, I see so many unsafe drivers. You know, and being a supervisor, it's easy to point it out. You know, like my attention on the road is elevated 10 times just because I know our AI student driver isn't going to hit anything pretty much. And it allows me to kind of be hyper observant of the people I share the road with. Chewbacca's like, all right, the next thing we got to do is fill his little belly, right? So I guess it'll be close to dinner time, if not dinner time by the time we get back. I expect the traffic to be moderate. You know, I took until we get the plates on the car, I don't want to use the toll roads, right? So we got tolls off. Considering Chewbacca doesn't count for HOV, I got that off as well. And we're just coasting through the great city of Houston, Texas with our AI student driver. Like, I would say it's still going a bit fast, even on standard. Maybe a little too fast. So, but again, I don't want to mess with the thresholds. I just don't want to mess with it. I put it on all the recommended settings, but it's keeping up with the flow of traffic. It's not like it's being reckless. It's very safe, speed, knows what it can do. In the future, when we get like 60-70% of vehicles being autonomous, we're gonna rethink all of these freaking of these speed limits. We're gonna rethink it. Now, it's not, you still gotta be paying a lot of attention, right? Because these back roads, they're home to a lot of wild animals. And at any given point in time, an animal from all the way over there from the left could cross 2 lanes and end up in this lane. And you really just have to be hyper vigilant, right? And whether or not our AI student driver can calculate all the necessary factors of what it would take to avoid that. I mean, if there's a car in the right-hand lane I don't expect us to avoid a deer to crash into another vehicle. I don't expect that. It would just be unfortunate. It would just be one of the accidents that would occur while our AI student driver is engaged. So, but in that same token, if there isn't a car over there, I expect our vehicle to calculate all the necessary ways to not only avoid a potential deer or wild animal, but save that animal from death and us from having the airbags engaged. So, I mean, but the same thing could happen if I was in control of the vehicle. If not, you know, I'm not even making that split-second decision. I'm hitting that thing and, you know, praying for the best. So I look at it as the computer's going to make the best decision in any given moment of time, much better than I could in the least, right? So I'm willing to take that outcome if it's unavoidable. You know, you're caught between a rock and a hard place. You got to make the best decision with the least amount of damage or least amount of pain. So some things are just unavoidable. Can't calculate for everything, but I know it's doing a lot better. A lot better than I would. So hey, Chewbacca, you being good over there. Like real good. Alright, I'm sorry I said your name. I didn't mean to perk up your ears or nothing. But yeah, our vehicle really just goes with the flow of traffic, you know, safely. Standards by setting. I don't see any other reason not to put it in hurry. It's behaving as hurried as I'd want it to on standard. I got a whole lot, man. I love the interior lighting of the Model 3. It was part of the reason why I pulled the trigger, is because I love this thing. But it's got a nice ambiance to it. It's very quiet in here. Yeah. You know, if y'all are still listening to me rattle on, I mean, this video is probably closer to an hour or whatever, but I don't know. I just want to showcase how effortless driving could be. Listening to me ramble, I'm really just trying to, you know, keep my attention span up, my spidey sense tingling, and talking toward the camera. That kind of helps with that, you know. You don't want to make an unforced error, right? If the vehicle makes a mistake, that's one thing. If I make a mistake, that's another. But the goal is to show the good, the bad, and the ugly of what we currently have. Right? I don't like being right here, as it is blocking an intersection or just a driveway, so to speak, going into this gas station, this Kroger, I do believe. I just don't like blocking laneways. And that's basically what we're doing right now. So that's a comfort issue, but nothing crazy. Do I need anything? As I'm headed back to the crib, is there anything I need? I should pick up some champagne for New Year's. Take me to the big bottle liquor store. Let's see. Now I gotta look at this navigation to make sure we're going to the right one. Alright, and the car is already looking at me crazy. I'm here, I promise. Let me hold on to this while I make a... Let's do this one. which I should have set to my favorites. I go there so much. But, you know, we'll get some champagne, pop a little bubbly on New Year's Eve. Truth be told, I should probably go to Specs. Alright, so we kind of got close to this car. Followed a little too close for my liking, but it's a comfort issue. I know it's not going to hit this vehicle. Let's see what the Big Bottle Liquor Store has regarding champagne. Oof. Yeah, I feel like I should probably go to Specs, but we're gonna check it out. Fuck. Definitely need to start putting some more free trials out. Good to go. No, Chewy, you're good over there, man. You're straight. I promise. We're gonna feed you. We're gonna feed you, and you're gonna love it. But right now, I need you to calm down, brother. You're good. This is what makes me apprehensive to take you places like the, airport, where I need hyper focus, like right now. So we got a lot of construction down here on 99. Oh wow, that is effective. Last second that truck did not want to let us in despite having our blinker on. We still made it happen, Captain. So I'm cool with that. We're on 99 now, and the construction is still hot and heavy over here. So top marks for our AI student driver when making that merger happen. Grab whatever champagne is available at our Big Bottle Liquor Store, and if I'm not liking what I see, probably gonna grab another bottle. Something that has a little bit more value than ceremonial. Maybe get a decent value bottle of champagne. There was also a comment in the space today that they didn't like the way their vehicle leaned to the right. Like, I guess it favored or hugged the right side of lanes. I'm not experiencing that. The lane control of my Model 3 seems to be exquisite. So, a lot of this could be regional. I mean, we've got heavy a barrier. And if we were hugging the right, it would leave me with a lot of concern. But right now our vehicle is behaving. Again, I'm a terrible driver, so I'm like a bad judge, but I don't feel unsafe at all. at all. Yeah. Alright, looks like we're gonna get off, or try to anyway. Uh-oh. So that vehicle up there did not want to get off, and he caused a pileup. The vehicle behind me, I heard him hit their brakes real hard. We got a tire, we missed that. Okay. Not sure if our vehicle saw this. This could have been disastrous, because part of me wanted to hit the accelerator, but I couldn't, right? There's a vehicle that's right in front of me stopped. And it really wasn't to no fault of our AI student driver. There's just a vehicle that was three cars up, did not want to hit the exit, and decided to last second, go back up there on 99, causing the car behind it to stop abruptly, causing the car behind it to stop abruptly, causing our AI student driver to stop abruptly, and the car behind us almost hit us. You know, I heard the brakes screech. And this is why we need to eliminate the human element of driving. I had no fear that our AI student driver would stop, but it's got to kind of measure it, because the car behind me was following fairly closely. And so our AI student driver is trying to get as close to the car in front of us, and we didn't squeal the brakes, but we were close. But it's because the car behind us was so fucking close to us. So it's these little things, right? You really can't control what a car four cars above you, what it does. You know, you just make the best situation possible. And if I was driving, I probably would have made more of an abrupt stop, forcing the car behind me to ram into me, essentially, because we were real close. And I'm like, we're close, but I have confidence that my AI student driver isn't going to hit this vehicle unless they hit the reverse, right? And that gave the car behind us, who probably wasn't paying attention, following closely, they gave them enough time to really squeal on their brakes, slam their brakes, to avoid a collision. Boy, I tell you, it could be so much worse. Just let the car do it, people. Just let the car do it. Oh, that would have made our night a little bit longer, huh? We wouldn't have been getting champagne, that's for damn sure. We got some fireworks popping in the distance. Chewy, don't worry, you're safe, bro. About as safe as you could be on the freeway with crazy drivers. Do I need anything else while I'm out and about? Really, I mean, we had so much food. That's probably why I don't even think about food anymore. It's just, there was just so much bread. Ugh. Anyway, food is definitely not something we need, but drink, maybe. We got beers at the house. That holiday cheer from Shiner, that's an amazing Amazing brew. All right, so we're in the turn left only lane. I don't think we need to be over here, honestly. And we definitely made a mistake here. So, I mean, I'd love to report. So we can't really hit the reports, but that is obviously something that our AI student driver, I mean, planning would go a long way. So that's obviously a mistake. Again, if I disengage and try to correct it, I have a feeling I'm going to do more harm than I am good. If a cop chooses to pull me over, I have to take this bullet, right, for disobeying traffic signs, road markings and whatnot. So again, it's not perfect. It's nighttime, but I truly don't think that the car performs any worse at night. But there are just some unique, like every city is going to have some unique off-ramp roadways and highways, you know, mergers. All of this is kind of unique to the city and how it does things. You know, some things are just turn left only, straight only. You know, you shouldn't even, it's got to be able to understand that in its route planning, its mapping. And so that's with more footage, you know, I want to disengage, but the fear of me messing that up, I kind of knew it. I'd rather us just turn left and make our drive longer than to break the law, essentially, and try to fit it in. There was a moment where, in the beginning part of our drive, we did it properly. We were able to make the lane change properly, and we made fun of a Dodge that did it like we had just done it. So in a way, that makes it just as human as the rest of us. The goal is, though, to be better than human, and we will get there. We will get there. Where are we trying to go? We're trying to turn left here. This is Franz. I don't need anything. Try to get some champagne before it's all gone. No, I don't partake in the fireworks anymore for Chewy's sake. So I think we're good for New Year's. All right, we're gonna make this left turn up here. It's proper. Nothing out of the ordinary there. The amount of Teslas is, it's like easily 15%. Well, maybe not easily. It's a heavy concentration. Let's just put it that way. We got some good, we got some bad, and we got some ugly. And that's just the way it's got to be.